Thank you all for joining us. This is The Big Picture. It's Wednesday evening, 7:30. We do this every week, Wednesday evening at 7:30 Central Time, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. We get together as a healthy living community. I'm very happy to be co-hosting this with Carrie and Mickey Daigle. My name is Jim Gosselin. I live here in Lowerville, Louisiana. I've been involved with the Juice Plus Company now for 31 years. Very happy 31 years, and we're glad to be able to get together like this in these challenging times. We get together as a community to really encourage others to live a healthy lifestyle. We've been doing this now for a number of months. It's turned out to be a great way for all of us to get together and support each other and encourage each other to really foster good health. Mr. Kerry Daigle is our facilitator tonight. Kerry's been with our company now for 32 years. Got a very strong background in combat sports for over 45 years, brings a lot of success to our business and has contributed to a lot of us, to many of us, in regard to how we pursue our business and how we just live a better life. He and Mickey have been partners of mine for 31 years. They've been very well acknowledged by the company. They're receivers of the Founders Award. That's the top award that anybody can get, awarded by our founder and president, Jay Martin. That was an award they got in 2012 for a major contribution they made to the company for that year and actually beyond that. Kerry's known as a mental fitness coach. He's helped a lot of us to see really what's available to all of us in developing our business and maintaining good health. He's a very much in demand speaker and trainer all around the world. We're very happy to have him with us. He's the author of a book called Dreams, Fairy Tales, and Miracles. And I always show this because if you haven't read the book, it's a great way to get a sense of Kerry's upbringing, being strongly influenced by his grandparents. Got a very special speaker on with us tonight. Kerry, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
Well, appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, my name is Kerry Daigle, and some of you that have joined us for the first time, I've been with the Juice Plus Company that you're about to hear about for 32 years. Jimmy just mentioned that. Along with my beautiful wife, Mickey. You can see her somewhere on the screen. She's got the platinum hair. She's waving to you a little bit. She is the person that actually started this whole organization that we tuning into right now on Wednesdays and Saturdays on The Big Picture. And Mickey, we appreciate you for doing that. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is our anniversary. We're celebrating our 32nd year of being married and 32 years of being with the Juice Plus Company. So it's some exciting days ahead. We really have some great things that are going on. If you've never heard of the Juice Plus Company or don't know much about it, it's a 50-plus-year-old company. It's based in Collierville, Tennessee. It's a multi-billion-dollar sales company. And I love to say that because that's huge, especially when your average sale is around $50, not $5,000. But $50, and you become a multi-billion-dollar operation. That is huge. We operate in 26 countries. We're in the whole food business. You could call us plant food, whole food, same difference. That's what we do, except we have plant food that's in a capsule. 30 raw, uncooked fruits, vegetables, and berries that are made into a powder and put in a gel cap. So if you're listening and you're fairly new, you wonder, wow, that is really, so far advanced, it's unreal. Even today, after so many years of Juice Plus being out, we still have people that say, is that really the truth? Yes, it is. And you're gonna see a lot more whole food products as we continue to move forward across the world. There's only going to be one difference. We are number one. We have no competition. Now, how can I say that confidently? Well, I can say that because we have 41 double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that are published in gold standard medical journals, naming Juice Plus by name with specific results. So while many other companies that are out there marketing supplements on a regular basis, they're having to use what we call testimonials. We call that hearsay. There's no science with a testimonial. but we have the science to back up everything we say about Juice Plus. So again, we are it. We are number one. There is no competition. Keep that in mind. You're going to continue to see plant food being a big business throughout the world. And we set the stage for it. And that's who we are. Our president is a visionary. And he knew exactly what he was doing at that particular time when he said, we got to take that plant food, that powder, and put it in a gel cap, get some studies done, and see if this stuff really works. And sure enough, it does. We have several other studies that are being worked on right now, about 8 or 9 of them. You can hear more about those as we continue to do the big picture and you continue to learn a lot more about the Juice Plus company. Very briefly, I'd like to bring Jimmy on to kind of just tell us a little bit about our product line as far as the gel caps. Jimmy, would you do that?
Kerry, glad to. I know when I started on Juice Plus, I had been taking vitamins for about 15 years. I took a vitamin line called Shaklee. You may have heard of it. They've been in business now for about 70 years. Well, this made a lot of sense because it's very simple. I was taking 16 different capsules and pills every day. Well, I start out, I take about 8 now every day. So this is our first blend. It's called the fruit blend. There's 10 different fruits in here, what Kerry talked about. The research proves it out. We also have an NSF certification seal. What that means is what's on the label, all those fruits and vegetables you see on that nutrition label, it's actually in the product. What's in the product is on the label. That's what the NSF certification means. So 10 different fruits, 8 vegetables, and 2 grains in here, which is called the vegetable blend. Again, the nutrition label and the NSF certification on all of our products. The third blend is called the berry blend. We're just talking about circulation. It's so important with all the challenges we're facing now, our immune system. Berries are in particularly effective for cardiovascular health. Again, nutrition label, whole food. Kerry talked about plant food, NSF certification. About 3 years ago, we came out with the Omega blend. We call it a blend because it's got 5 different omegas in it, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And folks, we skip the fish. A lot of people are taking an omega-3 fish oil. This is Omega blend directly from the plant. So all those products come directly from plants. We make something that I love. I take this every day. I make a complete smoothie mix every day. It's 15 different additional foods, 5 different sources of plant protein. And again, all of these plants come together to give us a great foundation of nutrition. Kerry mentioned it earlier. How can we do so well with such a great and simple product line? Because we're best in the world at doing that. So that's why I love Juice Plus.
Wow, that's pretty simple stuff, isn't it? So if you're listening in, 30 raw fruits, vegetables, and berries put in a gel cap. NSF certification is so important. Being a sports agent for over 40 years, it's important that we're able to take a product that we can give to the elite athlete because NSF certification means it's clean. There's 55,000 supplements in America alone. Less than 1% have that certification. That's pretty powerful stuff. So if it's good enough for the elite athlete, how about many of the average people that are out there on a regular basis that maybe aren't eating properly or maybe not taking a good supplement, don't know what they're taking, or maybe they're worried about potentially being in a position because of their DNA or because of their family history of some illness in their family. Well, all we can do is tell you that Juice Plus is not going to promise that it's going to take any illnesses away and cure anything, but I can promise you this. If you look at the studies, the person that introduced you tonight, to take a look at what we do, whether it's a partner introducing you as a partner to what we do with the big picture, it doesn't matter. It's for you to learn more about Juice Plus. Those studies are unbelievable. Now tonight we've got a special guest. Many of you have probably heard a voice before. If you tune in to the Keep Punching University call every Monday night, it's the first voice you're going to hear, LeeEllen Hutchinson. So many of you hear a voice on a regular basis. Many of you have seen LeeEllen Hutchinson on the big picture. Well, she's a superstar in the making, I want to tell you. She is absolutely rising up the ranks. For those of you who are not familiar with our positions, she's a QSSC on her way to SSC and beyond. So, LeeEllen Hutchinson, welcome to the big picture tonight. I love your shirt. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fashion piece.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I mean, you did give it to me, so of course I had to rock it tonight.
That's it, you are. Tell us a little bit, LeeEllen, for those people that have heard you before but never had a chance to really meet you, a little bit about your background before Juice Plus.
Sure thing. So as of now, I am 25. I started Juice Plus in 2018, so almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in September. But prior to Juice Plus, I grew up, I had about 14, 15 years of dance. That's what I did, dance and musical theater. That was my big passion. Before Juice Plus, I was incredibly shy, a very shy person. And like now I love doing this, but years ago I was extremely shy, hated auditioning for shows, would bawl my eyes out before auditioning for shows, go hide and have to be forced to audition. So I've come a long way. So I did that. I was a dental assistant, an acro yoga instructor, photographer. I love being busy. I love wearing all different hats. I love my schedule looking different every single day. And so prior to Juice Plus, what I was doing, and it's a little bit of a long list, so y'all get ready. I was an acro yoga instructor, a nanny, a photographer, a photographer's assistant for weddings, a photographer's assistant for schools, and then I, of course, added in Juice Plus to the mix. So at one point, I had 7 jobs. So I was a pretty busy bee before Juice Plus.
Wow, how interesting. Well, tell us a little bit, LeeEllen, about how you heard about Juice Plus.
Yeah, so that's actually a really funny story. So most of you know the lovely Victoria Schlembrich Van Duzy. I had met her a few years ago, probably about 6 years ago, and we met up to do a shoot together. I was just getting started with photography. She was trying to enter into the fitness modeling world. And so we decided to partner together and do a shoot to help build each other's portfolios. And so I met her through there and then kept up with her through social media. And of course, I saw her posting on social and I was like, well, dang, she looks like she's having fun. And then I was like, what is that program she's always talking about, the Shred 10? I need to get in on that. And so I messaged her and asked her for information about it. And after I heard everything and I was like, nah, not for me. No. So I gave her a no. And then a few months later, she invited me, or she posted about a faith and fitness camp that she was going to host at her apartment. And I was like, well, I love fitness. I love faith. That sounds awesome to intermingle the two. And so I went. And again, she didn't even tell me about Juice Plus. She had little sprinkles here and there. But I did ask her a little bit about the business, which we'll probably get into later. And so starting the business, I started the product at the same time and absolutely fell in love with it.
Well, tell me a little bit about the product. What gets you so excited about the Juice Plus product line?
Oh, Mr. Carey. I mean, you said it earlier, the research that we have, but the coolest thing is that things that are happening inside my body, there's research to back it. And so all of these other companies out there, you know, people may have testimonials, but what I love about Juice Plus is, yeah, we have some awesome testimonials, but we don't even have to rely on that because we have research to back it. So for example, what happened to me may not be what's going to happen to you or what does happen to you because we don't claim anything because my body is my body, your body is your body. But for example, once I started taking Juice Plus, I had way less gut health issues with inflammation. We have research on that. I was having more energy, but one thing that I noticed that was amazing was I was no longer reaching for my inhaler. So I know I mentioned that I danced. Well, I had severe exercise-induced asthma growing up. And so actually during dance, they would always have to schedule a part during the dance for me to go off stage, get a puff of my inhaler and get back on. That's how bad it was. And so as someone who loves to be fit, I'm actually a head trainer at a boxing club. I always felt like I was one step behind. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Carey. Look at that jab cross, that one too. I was always felt like I was one step behind everybody because I could never do cardio. I could never do HIIT training. But after taking these capsules for about 7 months, I noticed I wasn't reaching for my inhaler anymore. And guess what? We have research on lung health. And so just seeing these things connect, knowing that what's happening in my body is backed by proven research, I knew I had to share. And so that really is what made me excited. And also knowing that it's NSF certified. So like the people that come to my club, I can recommend Juice Plus knowing that they know what they're taking and knowing that it is solid and that it's third party validated. So that is just, I could go on, but I'll stop there.
Now, a lot of you heard her earlier saying that she was a little shy. It doesn't look like it tonight. I mean, she's definitely full of enthusiasm, and that's why we love working with LeeEllen. Now, LeeEllen, you just brought up earlier in your conversation that we're probably going to talk about the business. Well, those are people that are tuning in that are not aware. You're in the first position in corporate benefit positions to be able to start moving up the ladder toward NMD. Tell us a little bit about the success you're having with the business. Why is the business such an very internal part of everything that you do on a regular basis? Because you get so excited about talking about the business to everybody you see.
Yeah, I love that question. And you know, as fired up I am about our product, what really gets me jazzed, what really gets me going is our business because of the opportunity that we all have. Every single person on this call has with this company. And so taking it back, let's take it back to when I first started with this business, 2018. I mentioned I had 6 part-time jobs. And so a reason that sometimes I hear of people why they can't do the business is they think they're too busy. Well, something I always like to ask is, well, how much time do you really think you need? Because I started my business off 5 minutes at a time. If I had 5 minutes to make a phone call going in between jobs, if I had 30 minutes to watch a video, if I could put a training on while I was driving in between jobs. And that is the secret sauce right there, is using stolen moments. And so I don't know if y'all heard or caught on to this, but I am a head trainer at a boxing club. And that is really cool because I got that job because it's a want to, not a have to. So when I was first offered this job, I was actually like, nah, I don't think I'm going to take that. You know, I really don't want to. And then they actually lessened my duties because they wanted me so bad. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I get to meet more people. And so it's really cool being able to create my own schedule. And so having success can look so differently. But for me, the power came in working for those stolen moments. And so I want y'all to listen to this story, but know that this is my story. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen for you, but I do love to share just to give you some encouragement. So when I was having these 6 jobs and I was tuning into as many trainings as I could, you know, working these stolen minutes, I was, one of my main jobs was a dental assistant. And so my first goal was to make enough to where I could leave that job. And I didn't even set a time that I wanted to make that happen because I was so new. I didn't even know how fast I could do that. So about 4 months in, I was able to match the income I was making from that dental assistant job. And I was like, okay, let's see what else I can do. And then I went from there, and 7 months later, I doubled the income and I was able to quit that job. And again, that is just my story. And so what I noticed was I was able to free up my schedule and completely take back my planner. Every single time on my planner is mine. So the boxing job that I have, it's a job because I want it. It's not a job because I have to have it. And so through this business, I've been able to focus on things that I love. I love photography. I always say that it's a creative outlet of mine. Well, now I get to spend more time with that. I get to spend more time with my family. I get to spend more time doing things I love. And so the cool thing is that I've created success doing what I love. And so what do I mean by that? I love talking to people. And guess how we grow? We talk to people every single day. All you have to do is ask questions, get to know people. How can you help someone? Maybe they need help with their health. Maybe they need help with their finance. And if you talk to them enough, I bet they're going to tell you. If you ask the right questions, I bet they're going to tell you. And that's the cool thing, is you get to listen, observe, and help. And that is what's so powerful. And that's how I have created my success, by listening and by helping.
Well, she's definitely not an introvert. What do you think? I know we had a wine and wellness at our home not too long ago, and we're talking about the boxing gym and where she trains. Well, the owners of the boxing gym, one is a cardiologist, his wife is an attorney. They're now on Juice Plus, who own it, and they were at our wine and wellness because of LeeEllen. So she's not afraid to speak to anyone, trust me. These are the people that own the gym. She says, if I'm gonna work here, they're gonna get on Juice Plus too. So real proud of all the things you're doing with LeeEllen. Well, how about this? What are your goals now? What are you searching? What are you looking to do with the Juice Plus company?
Yeah, well, right now, taking it one step at a time. The most realistic goal right now is senior sales coordinator. And for those who don't know what that means, that's just the next position up from mine. And then end game is NMD. I know one day I'll be on that stage speaking how I am right now, hopefully not crying, because I can't really talk when I'm crying, as some of y'all saw last night on the call when we told Victoria that she made it to NMD. So that's the main goal. But outside of Juice Plus is one day I want to be working from home. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to be at home with my kids. And that is the reason why I started Juice Plus in the first place. Because when I saw this opportunity come in front of my eyes, I thought, wow, this could actually be something. This could be what I was looking for. Because, and I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I want to be open with y'all. So I went to Arley of the Lake nursing school, and I only lasted a semester. So the reason I went to that nursing school was because I got a really good scholarship. I was 1 out of 12 people who got this scholarship. So I was a little bit of a nerd, you guys. I loved school. I loved studying. For some reason, when I got to college, I completely just was at a loss. I didn't feel like I was meant to be there. I felt like I was at the wrong place. And I was feeling this tug to go somewhere else. I just didn't know what it was. And so when I was introduced to this business, it was like a hallelujah moment. The skies cleared open and I was like, oh, this is it. Everything is falling into place. The pieces are putting itself together. So I went from this person who felt so much shame in myself, a lack of pride for not finishing college, to someone who now owns their own business, who is their own boss and gets to inspire people on a daily basis. And that is what I live for. How many people can I make smile every single day? That is the goal. So I don't even remember what the question was because I completely went in my own little story there.
About your goals. But I mean, you answered the goal. You answered the question. You did. Now, you mentioned just a few minutes ago about Victoria Schlembrek Van Duzy. For those of you that don't know who she is, and those of you that know who she is, she just reached the very top position with the company. She is the sponsor for LeeEllen Hutchinson. She is now, Victoria is now a national marketing director. She just left this week to go spend another 6 weeks in Mexico and develop her business. And she's out there with her husband, Patrick. And what can you say about Victoria Macon, national marketing director, your sponsor? How does that open doors up for you within you and your complete team?
Okay, I'm gonna do this without crying. I cried enough last night. First of all, I just want to say that I am so stinking proud of her. Watching her grow from where she was to where she is now has been so, so special to be a part of that. And something really cool last night when the people from corporate got on and told her that she made NMD was that she doesn't have to wait to get benefit packages because of how long her PB lines are. And knowing that I am a part of that, I can't even describe how honoring and humbling that is to know that I was a part of getting her there. And I was a part of the team. And now we are a NMD, National Marketing Director team. And so this opens so many doors. First of all, we now get to call ourselves a National Marketing Director team. I think that is the coolest thing in the world. But also the fire that this is going to spark in our team, I can already see it. I could already see it on the faces last night of every single person on that Zoom. I mean, this will just motivate people to keep going. And it's motivating me. This drive that it was everyone's eyes last night, seeing Victoria reach this success, watching her reach her goals, because we all have a big goal, whether it be NMD, whether it be SSC, whether it be QSC. We all have a goal, and seeing her get to that has just set a fire to everyone. And we are going to work off of this momentum. And that is the power with this, is that momentum. The door that's open, knock, knock, who's there? Momentum. That's what's going to keep us going. And that is what is going to get us there.
Well, one of your mentors, of course, Mickey Daigle, who's also one of my mentors, made a comment to me that she says the question was, okay, Daigle, how many more NMDs are going to pull out of this team? Let's go for it. So we know that you're going to be one, darling, because you're doing a great job. But let's step to another subject here. If you had to recommend 2 good books to the listeners right now, what would the 2 good books be? I hope I'm not putting you on the spot.
Ooh, only 2? I'm having like 10 popping by my head right now. Okay, so first one, that's probably one of my favorite books for this business. So if you're in this business or you're pursuing this business, excuse my language, but get over your damn self. I'm not telling y'all that. That is the title of the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. It is amazing. It will set fire to you, and it will teach you so much about this business that you haven't even thought of. So that is something that's highly, I recommend reading. Another one, my boyfriend just finished reading, and I actually read a year ago, and I'm about to reread it, is The Power of Habit. And so if you're someone who struggles with getting into a routine of things, you struggle with willpower or sticking to something, this book teaches you how to do that. And then I can't not share one more. Because this book, I am all about good, positive vibes, good energy. And it's such a good, simple, short read, The Energy Bus. If you haven't read that, read it. It's simple, it's short, and it'll just bring joy into your life.
Well, we do a lot of training when it comes to reading, don't we?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
important to make sure everyone gets books and reads and becomes self-educated. So for the first-time listeners, or the partners that have less than the 3 years experience that you have, or they have 3 years of experience, what tips would you give them before we close out tonight?
Number 1, talk to people. Talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. You know, I hear people say, well, I don't know anybody. Go make friends. Go make friends. That's all you have to do. Talk to people. Ask questions. Don't overspeak. Don't overtalk. Listen. Learn to listen. Another big tip that I would recommend is just go for it. I mean, what is holding you back? Especially if you're someone who has not signed up for the business. I want to ask you this. Why? Simply, why? What is holding you back? What would stop you right now to join this company? They are extending an opportunity. It is no cost to join this company right now. You get your own product, you get to get healthier, and you get to help your family get healthier. Is that not awesome? So what's the risk? There is none. Another advice that I would give to people who are new, and this is kind of it's kind of random, but still really good advice, is take care of your customers. Maybe people who even have been in this for 3 years, and I'm still talking to myself, need to hear this. Take care of your customers. Love on your customers. Listen to your customers and start early. If you're new in this business, that is probably the biggest piece of advice. Start taking care of your customers now, because if you wait and then you're a year into this business and you're like, oh no, I haven't taken care of my customers. I haven't loved on them. I haven't reached out to them. It may feel a little bit awkward. So start now. Ask them why they want to start Juice Plus. What are those health goals they have? Ask them what's going on in their life. Be a friend to them. Be someone that they feel comfortable speaking with. Give them resources. We have so many free resources. Speaking of resources, another tip that I have would be to listen to videos and audios whenever possible. Like I was saying, in those stolen moments, work those stolen moments. Maybe you want to take a nap. Maybe you can split up that nap. If you need to take a nap, can you hold off on 10 minutes? Can you hold on 5 minutes and just listen to a quick video? Give someone a phone call. You know, whenever I first said no to this product, I didn't realize I was also saying no to the company. And I am so glad that Victoria reached back out and talked to me again, because I honestly don't know where I would be. Because the LeeEllen before Juice Plus was scared to do this right now, speak to people. The LeeEllen before Juice Plus was stuck. You know, people think that sometimes they can get stuck in this business. No, I was stuck outside of this business. I had 0 time for family. I had 0 time for friends. And I was going in a revolving door, not knowing how I was going to find my way out. So just say yes. You know, there's this analogy that I absolutely love. And I can close it off with this if you want. But there's this analogy that I love. And so just close your eyes or just listen and picture this. You're on a beach and the waves are rolling in and these starfish are, you know, stuck and the tide is going back out and they're stuck on the shore. Well, there's this little boy that's picking up the starfish one by one and throwing them into the ocean, one by one, throwing them into the ocean. And so this older man walks up to this boy and says, why are you doing that? You're never going to be able to help all of them. And the little boy looks up at the man and says, well, I got to help that one. And so I want you to think about that. Who could be that one that you could help? And then when you help that one, I promise you, you'll want it to multiply. You'll want to help another and another and another. And seeing the help that you are doing, whether it be to someone's health or to someone's finances, you won't be able to stop. And the best part is the check that you get each month will be a direct reflection of every single life you've helped, every single starfish that you threw back into the ocean. You did that. You helped that person.
Wow, LeeEllen, tonight was phenomenal. And all of you that are listening in, how many of you can just picture LeeEllen speaking on the international stage? I mean, she is nothing short of phenomenal. And her excitement level, her energy level, and as a student, everything that we've ever given to her to study, she has studied and she keeps progressing. So we're going to see a lot more of LeeEllen Hutchinson. We're so happy you were able to join us tonight, LeeEllen, and get probed a little bit with all these questions. And
I don't mind. I loved it. I appreciated being here.
I'm going to turn it over to Mickey Daigle. Mickey, any comments for LeeEllen and the rest of the audience?
Except for the fact that I say this and I see that we have a national marketing director on here named Andrea Bond Heinzen. And she used to tell me she tries to tell me she was the introvert also.
I never bought that story.
We never bought her story. So it's going to be really, really hard for me to buy your story, LeeEllen. But what a great job you did tonight of painting the big picture of what we're all about. So I appreciate you. And I'm so very, very proud of you. And so thank you for sharing with us tonight.
Thank you.
And this coming Saturday, Jim, for sure, you want to go ahead and announce that?
Yes, we this first Saturday of the month, we always do a special training, and we'll be on at 10 o'clock. If you want to join us early, it's usually for partners. But this Saturday,
No. Oh, go ahead.
Saturday
We're
is
going there.
what we call a pajama regional. Why do we call it the pajama regional? Guess what? You can attend in your pajamas, right? Zoom has become in the awareness and the consciousness of everybody now, but we've been using it for about 7 years. As a group of ladies that have put this together, this is probably the 8th or 9th pajama regional. And we're going to take a break because we want everybody to participate in that. It's a tremendous way, as LeeEllen talked about, to get the infusion of experience from around the world. The last one we had a little over 6,000 people on one Zoom. Imagine that. So join us if you haven't heard about it. If you're brand new, find out about it. It'll give you a good experience of what we're all about. This is us, folks. This is our community. LeeEllen, you did an awesome job tonight. Very inspiring. For those of us that are looking at the business, you might be looking at that for yourself. What she said is very important. Here's Mickey Daigle along with us. Mickey was that one person. She's the one person that has now impacted everybody on the screen right here and everybody that we've impacted. So think about that for a minute. 32 years ago, right? If Mickey had said no, where would we all be? Whose health can you impact? Whose life can you impact? That's really what we're all about. How much can we impact others' lives? And LeeEllen, you did a good job setting that example as a 25-year-old. Isn't it awesome to see the perspective this young lady has for what opportunity exists here? And she's reminding all of us who have been at it for a while, who else can we reach? So join us on Friday and Saturday. Got a very inspiring message on Friday night that's not connected to Juice Plus. So invite anybody you can to that message on Friday. It'll be all about looking at your life and some good suggestions that people can benefit from. So thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope to see you on the Pajama Regional.
Good night, everyone.
And I got to tell you, my phone is buzzing, LeeEllen and Jimmy and Mickey, of people saying, I wish I would have had a guest on. It's buzzing. So I tell you what, don't miss the big picture and be sure and pay attention when LeeEllen gets on. Have a good night, everyone. Keep punching.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you
Good
guys.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Outstanding, LeeEllen. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, LeeEllen.